Hello, adventurers. This is Surelog, and today I'm going to show you guys off my brand new build that I've been using for Diablo 3 as the Witch Doctor. I'm pumping out anywhere between 40, I think up to 60k DPS. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that as I get into the game. It has been helping me out with Inferno mode, Inferno Act 2. Act 1 was pretty much a breeze. I was able to get through it pretty easily, but Act 2 has shown its new challenges. However, I'm still kind of looking for a partner to try to battle through the Act 2 Nightmare or Inferno mode. Now, I have a friend who is a barbarian, but he's getting his ass kicked right now in Inferno. He's a great guy, really a good player, a skilled player, but I think that just the barbarian, it's the survivability of the barbarian is very difficult. And so he's kind of taking a look into his own build right now. No word on how that's going to happen, but I'm not sure what's up. I have been doing some Google searches. Barbarians are looking pretty harsh when it comes to Inferno mode. Not that you should re-roll. God, no. Don't do that. But definitely just enjoy the game. And I'm sure that if the Barbarian is truly underpowered, I'm sure, absolutely sure Blizzard will eventually patch it, as they always do. They've kept up with their games for years. In fact, that was one of the things that made them famous back in the mid-90s, was just the amount of patches they would roll out for their games in terms of balance. And even Warcraft 1 back in '94 had balances. But regardless, let's get enough off the history, and let's take a look at what we need for this build. Now, this is another zombie charger, zombie bear build. This is I'm sure someone's come up with this idea, but I was trying to figure out a way that you could come up with the maximum amount of mana, having constant mana and being able to do a lot of damage. And so I started coming up with this build, but then I started looking up stuff online, and I found this build, and it was just like, it was perfect. It was kind of what I was going for, but it was so much better. And so I think I found it on the Battle.net forums or something. I can't remember. But let's go ahead and take a look. So the first one, primary dart. This does a little extra DPS in terms of poison. Of course, this could be switched out for something else. Maybe the flaming dart or snake to the face if you want to like snare them. Or numbing dart, especially with the treasure goblins. Now, of course, this is your bread and butter, the zombie charger, doing 238% weapon damage as poison to enemies in the area. This could obviously be switched out for possibly the dire bats if you want to keep your distance, especially in a multiplayer game with 2 players. It might be more beneficial to have dire bats, but dire bats, they do not hit as many enemies as I can tell. It seems like they can hit multiple enemies, but with the zombie charger, it's just you can just hit pretty much everything that's in front of you, and it does an incredible amount of damage. 236% weapon damage. A spirit walk is of course one of our survivability skills. You enter the spirit realm for 2 seconds until you hit 50% of your maximum health, and you gain 15% of your mana with this rune. May consider changing that out, but I think that's probably gonna be fine. I was thinking about doing Healing Journey, but I think that's probably just fine. In fact, I might switch it out for Healing Journey, and I'll explain why here in a second. Also, if you're a regular viewer of mine, stay tuned at the end of this video for a special message for you guys real quick. Okay, so next we have our Soul Harvest. Once again, this is the bread and butter also. It's part of it's the jelly of the peanut butter and jelly. You got to have Soul Harvest because it increases your intelligence, which increases your damage and increases your resistances. So that is definitely good to have. Now, I think in one of my earlier builds, I had done a rune that increased the time that I kept this. I went against it instead. Now I use it for more survivability as we enter Inferno mode, sucking 2,171 life from each unit that I suck from. I can have up to 5 sucks. I like saying that word, sucks. And then we have the Voodoo Fetish Army. For 20 seconds, you have these fetish army guys that attack for 20% of your physical damage, and I increased them by 3, so that's pretty cool. They're very powerful. They're good. They're a good front line to have in your army. Some people might debate switching this out for a gargantuan. I have used gargantuans, and I found gargantuans to be quite weak. They can't take the hits, and they don't seem to be taunting or anything. So the units are still getting well past them and coming at me. So with at least with a fetish army, there's a lot of little ones, and they, it kind of spreads out them. And then Big Bad Voodoo, which increases your damage by 30% and for 20 seconds. And it also increases your attack speed. So it increases attack speed by 20% and an increase in damage by 30%. You do the math, that's quite a bit of extra damage. Vision Quest, now these are the most important parts, the passive skills. These are kind of the hard ones to choose. Now I went with Vision Quest. 4 or more skills on cooldown, you get 300% mana regeneration. Now a lot of people say, well, when are you ever going to have 4 or more on cooldown? Well, I'll explain that. Pierce the Veil is 20% increase in all damage, but increase in mana, no big deal, because we're going to be working to make sure that we have a constant 300% mana regeneration. And then finally, Spirit Vessel. This is survivability. Basically, if you take a killing blow, you go into the spirit realm and you gain a little bit of life for 3 seconds. So it's a killing blow. This is going to help you survive the stupid deaths, and you will have a lot of deaths in Inferno. You will die. Don't kid yourself. This is not, I don't know how this is, I don't think that this is something that would get you through Inferno on hardcore mode by any means, but it definitely does. Like I said, the 2 things I might consider switching out is I might consider switching out the Zombie Charger for Dire Bats or something if I was at a distance, but these do more damage and they hit more guys at once. And then I might consider switching out Fetish Army for a Gargantuan, but the Gargantuans has basically been have basically just been dying too quickly. And for you guys that are leveling up, something I would consider doing is maybe something similar to this build, but you might consider doing like Acid Cloud or the Zombie Chargers. And if you guys are just below, I think this is like what, level 56 that you get this. Explosive Beast is incredible. It's really a really awesome attack. I used it for a long time. Or Dire Bats, you get those really relatively early on. They're incredible. And I would love to have like a little guide for leveling up. But if we take a look at our details, we also have to have survivability in Inferno. So my DPS is not where it could be. This is at 15k. With a buff, it's about 20k. Actually, I think it's even more than that. In fact, we can go take a look. But on top of that, I think I can get it, when you double the damage on with the Zombie Charger at 236%, do the math, that's over 40k damage. It's damn near 50k. And so you can just do a fantastic amount of damage. Now, like you see, I've switched out some things for survivability, vitality, and resistance to all elements. That's an incredibly important part of Inferno, and it's been working really, really well. So let's go ahead and get into some battles and see what we can do for some damage. Now, I'm actually going to see what we can do here. Okay.
Evil wears no disguise.
And okay, so like I'm going to go in here. I'm going to suck up these 4 souls, and you see the damage is increased up to 19k. That will easily be over 20k when I get 5 souls sucked up. And now you guys might have noticed I blew my cooldowns. Why? I blew my cooldowns so early, but that is so that my 2 other cooldowns, I blew my Fetish Army and my Big Bad Voodoo really early on, but that is so that they're on cooldown, and then I can constantly spam my survivability skills. They're keeping me alive. I can constantly spam them to keep my 300% mana regen. And so it's really nice. So like here I am, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to suck up 5 souls. We take a look, we're at 21 DPS, but if you take into accountability the Zombie Charger at 236%, now you are almost at 50k DPS. So it's really, really powerful. Once again, let's go in here, suck up some souls. And with our passive ability, the Spirit Vessel, it also reduces the countdown on my Soul Harvest and Spirit. So instead of being 15 seconds, now they're only 13 seconds. So that is a big plus there. There's nothing wrong with having more survivability at your fingertips a little bit faster. Now I want to say again that this has been working for me in Act 2 Inferno, but I still need some more survivability. This is a boss, so you can't really consider this to be a difficult fight. Bosses are very easy in comparison. I still have to kind of do some dodging here, but just look at the sheer amount of damage. Look at that. That was, that was on a boss, and we got a nice little yellow, and that's a shitty yellow actually. But on the rares, it works. It works for the rares. That was just a little champion boss. He was meant to be there, so he's definitely not anything to be proud of in terms of being able to kill. But there are still some classes of rares where I'm just like, you know what, I gotta skip it, man. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. you know, as I'm farming for golds, I will just be like, look, I gotta get out of here. I can't do this. And so, I mean, that's just something you run into every once in a while. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna blow my cooldowns, and I'm gonna try to get rid of his minions. And we're doing good. Okay, excellent. Now we're gonna try to take out him. He's got Mortar, Vampiric, Fast, Electrified. Oh, that hurt.
No way.
And my Spirit Vessel just went off, which actually kept me alive.
Heal.
Oh, that's okay. And don't kid yourself. You're still going to die in Inferno. But, I mean, you saw that. That was, you know, we took our rare down past half health. He's a pretty nasty rare. He has Vampiric, so he was feasting off of my Fetish Army, feasting off of my companion. It's also good to have a good companion, but my companion, his survivability is also kind of low, just because I haven't geared him up. I mean, look, he doesn't have hardly anything. He doesn't have. I got him a shield, but I didn't get him like an amulet or anything. So he still has much to be desired too. I just, for some reason, I just have a hard time investing money into companions, but I think that's something that you may consider doing, especially if you're going to be doing solo Inferno, because solo Inferno is so much easier than, like, single player is way easier than multiplayer, providing your group sucks, and a lot of people's groups do suck, especially in Inferno. Okay, nice. Nice, not bad. So, you know, we got some kills there, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this. It's going to suck. And yes, level 56, 160 damage. That's a shitty weapon. Unless it has survivability to it. No, that's crappy. There's no getting around it. It's crappy. But that's a lot of yellow hunting for you. It's a lot of rare hunting. This is part of the game. Okay, so here we go. We have another rare coming up. Extra health. Okay, this is definitely not going to be easy.
I do not have enough mana. Need more time.
I didn't get to suck up too many souls on that one. They just have an incredible amount of health. Ooh, don't want to run that way. Always want to run back. Maybe wait until my Fetish Army is back up or something. These actually are not that bad. There are definitely way worse rares in this, despite having the extra health.
Need more time. I am hurt.
We can take them. We can take them. Okay. Oof. How'd he still hit me? He was like 15 feet away.
Need healing.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We got him. Okay. Does he blow up? Yes, he does.
I am healed.
That would have killed me. And it doesn't look like anything that great. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it's not that bad. I mean, I don't know if it might sell for something. No survivability to it. Well, life. That's okay. Attack speed 12. Health regen. That's okay. Whatever. 7. Discipline. Cool. Yeah, it's not that great, but whatever. It's something. Maybe I can sell it. But there you go, guys. That's just an example of the skill set that I'm using. Also, just a little tip for you guys that are kind of new to Inferno. You're really going to want some more of these type of things. Resistance to all elements. This is basically your new Vitality. When you guys went into Nightmare and Hell mode and then you realized you needed Vitality, guess what? You now need Vitality for Hell mode, or Vitality and Resistance to all damage in Hell mode. So yeah, it's just something to consider. So on final notes, Fetish Army, I would definitely say, blow it. But whenever you run into a rare, maybe take that 120 seconds and just wait. Go get a drink or something, and then when it's up, then attack the rare, because it's definitely going to be another little frontline support to help you kill them. So, just something to consider. And I guess that's going to be about it, guys. Finally, for you guys that have regular viewers of my videos, if you guys enjoyed it, I'm going to ask you guys, well, even if you're not a regular video, please thumb this video up. If I get 50 thumb ups, or no, if I get 70 thumb ups, I will make another video the next day. So if I get 70 thumb ups today, I'll make another video tomorrow. It lets me know that you guys are really enthusiastic about this. Lets me know that you guys are really entertained by it. And, you know, it's me versus you. So if I get 70 thumbs ups, lets me know, make a new video. If not, no big deal. I get a day off. It won't stop me from making videos, though. That's for damn sure. So I'll see you guys around. This is Surelog. And please comment. Let me know how your guys' builds are helping you out. And if you guys have a Barbarian build that's really good and helpful on Inferno, give me the hookup because my friend needs it. And we're going to be taking a look at that maybe next time. All right, later, guys. Surelog out.